Alrighty, so with those technical issues out of the way, which is very, very, very freaking unfortunate because I was so in my element during the first run through of this presentation. But hey, that's the product demo gods coming back at me, right? I had to deal with that during my corporate life. You know, I would get ready for these presentations in front of like a huge audience of all these execs, and you know, I would rerun my presentations with my boss, my mentor, etc., etc. Everything would go perfect. Everything would go perfect during the product demo. But for the actual presentation, something would inevitably go wrong. Every single time something weird would happen and something or the other would go wrong. So freaking unfortunate. Yeah, we'll try to stitch everything together to make like a video for everyone at the end of the stream, right? So that way it's less disjointed for people who do wake up and watch this later on YouTube. But yeah, so we'll do a quick recap on what we're talking about. Essentially, the theme for today's presentation is the good, the bad, and the ugly, based on this very, very, very important monthly closing in 19 hours. Let me go ahead and get my pen. 19 hours and 11 minutes, right? We're closing the month of Feb. For those of you who didn't realize, we have only 28 days this month. So closing a very, very, very important monthly candle. And based on how we close, we're going to trigger one of three scenarios, either the ugly scenario, which is going to encapsulate the bad scenario, or the bad scenario, if we close less than ugly, of course, or if things go well, which Bitcoin majors do, we may trigger the good scenario, in which case we can look for some really, really nice, juicy mango juice numbers on Bitcoin. However, we are going to save the best for last, and we're going to start with the ugly. Now, we already talked about the ugly in the first run-through of the stream before my Streamlabs software decided to be A-class asshole to me and just randomly crash on me. We already discussed this, right? We talked about how the monthly 10 SMA is going to be really, really important. The monthly 10 SMA, guys, was our guide during the last, well, not the last bear market, the last bull market, right? Primarily, where all I asked from Santa for Christmas was for December to close above the 10 SMA. That's all I asked for. And Santa didn't deliver. Santa left me alone, cold, and crying during the month of December. Well, more like December and Jan. And I knew it was all over then, man. I knew it was all over. We could hope for the reclaim over here, but we did not get it. We had to endure the cold, lonely winter until we got the candle close during the month of Jan, right? Got the crazy month of Jan, and we prepared for it. We're like, screw Santa. And we prepared before the month of December, right? We prepared for it during November, right? And this time we didn't ask for Santa. We didn't ask for Santa. We asked for the Satoshi gods to save us. And Satoshi stepped in. Satoshi gave us the candle in the month of Jan, closing ever so slightly above the 10 SMA. But that wasn't enough. We said that, hey, while we did close above the monthly 10 SMA, we need more. We need confirmation. We need to feel good about this candle close. We need to start seeing the monthly 10 SMA slope upwards, right? And if you guys even look all the way back over here, even though we closed above the monthly 10 SMA, we didn't hold it. We didn't confirm the candle above it. And as soon as we close underneath, you can see how the market reacted. Boom, right? Like, think about what the market did. It said, hey, we close underneath the monthly 10 SMA. It's time to give the world a pandemic. That's how powerful technical analysis is. It can induce a pandemic on the world. And we got this. That monthly 10 SMA is the reason we had COVID, guys. I'm not trying to make light of the situation. This is serious shit. This is serious shit. And you guys don't take this seriously, you guys will lose everything. People say, oh, fundamentals matter. Well, technical analysis matters even more because technical analysis drives fundamentals. TA is the reason fundamentals happen. Wolfie says, in the grim, dark future, Satoshi will be hailed as the god of people's financials. Indeed, indeed. Okay, so monthly 10 SMA is going to be really, really important. If we lose the monthly 10 SMA coming in at $21,523, which is $2,000 away from where we're currently sitting, that's when we look towards the ugly scenario, which is us triggering a move potentially to the zone over here, right? Maybe even a sweep of the lows, but again, let's not get too technical with this, okay? That's opportunity though, guys. What I'm going to be doing in that case is I'm going to be de-risking out of my positions and I'm going to be looking to reposition, reallocate. The market has shown its hand. The market has shown us which coins that they think are strong, which coins are worth going aggressive on. So that's going to be an opportunity regardless. If, however, we do close above it, we're going to need two other things to trigger. Because we still have the bad scenario, right? This is the ugly scenario. We still have the bad scenario, which I'm going to be talking about very, very soon. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about this bit of technical analysis right over here. This is going to be the most important bit that you guys should keep at the back of your minds. In the movie, the good, the bad, and the ugly, which is the theme of today's presentation. If you guys do remember, the graveyard that they went to, or rather the tomb, the grave that they went to, was Art Stanton's. The gold that they were digging for. And no spoilers, I'm going to try to avoid spoilers for those of you who did not watch the movie. Art Stanton, right, died 3rd of Feb. Oops. My pen, right over there. Okay. Art Stanton died on the 3rd of Feb. And they were looking for gold. We know gold's association to Bitcoin. Bitcoin was designed to be the digital gold for us millennials. And Stanton died in Feb. And we are about to close the most important monthly candle close for Bitcoin in years. Monthly close of Feb. You guys think this is a coincidence? Do you guys really think this is a coincidence? No. No, you morons. This is technical analysis. This is prophecy. This is the crystal ball telling you that if you do not heed Art Stanton, all shall be lost. All your Bitcoin shall be lost. So heed Stanton for the alpha. Indeed, Krisha, indeed. All right. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the bad, right? We already talked about the ugly. The ugly is the monthly close closing over the monthly 10 SMA, right? The bad is going to be based on the monthly open, okay? The monthly open can literally be looked at as whether or not we close the candle green, okay? Because as long as we close the candle above the monthly open, we are going to close the candle green. So if you see the monthly candle closing green, we have defended against the bad scenario. Okay, it's as simple as that. The monthly open was at $23,127. If you guys want to be a little bit more precise and watch for that level being fought by the bulls, because that's what we've been seeing recently, guys. We've been seeing the bulls and the bears fight for the monthly open. If the bears win the monthly open, I'm pretty sure they're going to go for that monthly 10 SMA. Because remember, the monthly 10 SMA is coming in right over here, right? The monthly open is right over here. So as things stand, the bulls are able to defend against the monthly open, giving themselves a leeway of $2,000 against the monthly close. The monthly 10 SMA. So monthly 10 SMA is right over here. Monthly open is right over here, right? So let's go erase off that to make it clear. $23,127. If the bulls can defend that, $23,127, it means that the bulls have also defended the 10 SMA, right? Just by default, because the 10 SMA is right over here. By that logic, though, if we go back up to the monthly 10 SMA, if the bears can claim the monthly 10 SMA within the next 19 hours and 10 minutes, it means that within that one day, the bears have taken out the bulls' monthly open as well as their monthly 10 SMA, which would be a massive win for the bears. And in that case, this is going to end up looking like a massive bull trap, where all the bulls got trapped into long trades and the bears just closed underneath all their levels, trapping all the bulls above them, right? So this is why in the first version of the stream, before we got cut off, I was talking about why this is going to be a very, 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 very important claim by the bears if they manage to close underneath the monthly 10 SMA. If we lose that monthly 10 SMA, guys, it's going to be pretty bad. It's going to be pretty bad. Okay, so we talked about, let's go back up here. We talked about the bad. We talked about the ugly. We talked about the bad. Now, let's talk about the good scenario. What's going to be good? What's going to be good? The monthly 55 EMA. Okay. So remember, let's go ahead and list it down over here. List it down for you guys. The bad is the monthly 10 SMA. Sorry, what am I doing? The ugly. The bad is the monthly open, the MOPEN. Now the good is the monthly 55 EMA. Okay. This green line over here that you guys are seeing, that is your monthly 55 EMA. You guys can see how the market has been respecting it. Ever since we lost it, this was the 3 AC dump. This was the FTX dump, right? So 3 AC dump, FTX dump. We've been underneath the monthly 55 EMA for a very, very long time. We claimed the monthly 10 SMA, which is sitting over here, last month. This month, can we claim the monthly 55? Okay, I'm not going to hold my breath for it, but if we do, it's going to be a massive, massive win for the bulls. Okay, I'm going to show you guys on the charts very, very soon how important it was during the 3K region. In fact, the claim of the monthly 55 EMA was the reason this. I wouldn't say the reason. I could go as far as to say the reason Mango started on YouTube, right? Because I was like, hey, everyone is ignoring the importance of this 55 EMA. If we reclaim it, I'm looking towards almost 13K. Like, if you guys go ahead and watch that first video that I posted on this channel all the way back then, right? The thesis was this. The thesis was this, that we closed above the 55 EMA. We're looking for a big move to the upside. Everyone was ignoring it. And now this time too, I'm pretty sure you're not going to hear too many people talk about this, or very few at the very least, or maybe even none. Mango is likely going to be the only people talking about this yet again. And you know why? You know why nobody wants to talk about this? Because they want to overcomplicate everything. They don't want things to be simple. They don't want things to be Mango. They don't want things to be stress-free, because of course, the big wins and the money can only be made through complication. You have to be smarter than everyone to make money, right? Right? They don't want things to be easy. They want things to be flashy and complicated. But guys, it can be this easy, literally, right? You can base your overarching thesis on simple concepts like the monthly 10 SMA, the monthly 55, right? The weekly 21. We'll talk about that too if we have time today. But yeah, the monthly 55 EMA, that's going to be the good. The good is if we can close above it, right? So putting it all together on one chart over here, we have the monthly 10 SMA and the monthly 55 with our good, bad, and ugly all over here, right? The ugly, which is the 10 SMA. The red line is our 10 SMA. We have the bad, which is the color of our candle. As long as you look at the color of the candle, you'll know whether we've defended the monthly open or not, right? Because if we close underneath the monthly open, the color is going to switch to red. It's as simple as that, right? If we close underneath the monthly open, we're going to switch from green to red, okay? And we have our good, which is the 55 EMA. This is it, guys. This is it. Keep it as simple as this. Keep it as simple as this for the next 18 hours now, right? Around 18 hours we have left before this monthly closes. Keep it as simple as this and you will be fine. Nothing more. Nothing more than this. So Krisha asks, Yeah, that's the bad, right? But she's probably asking for what target. I think we retest the monthly 10 SMA, Krisha. In that case, we're going to oscillate between the green 55 and the 10 SMA, and I'll be looking to see whether the bears can reclaim the 10 SMA the following month. Right? That's a good question. So, Krisha asked a good question. She says, so what if we close between the 10 SMA and the 55 EMA, but the candle in green? So in that case, we're going to be in the bad scenario, right? Because the candle is red. We have not defended the monthly open. Okay, we've not reclaimed. We've not done this. But we've not done this either. So we're not in the ugly scenario, but we're in the bad scenario. We're in the middle. So in that case, what I'd be looking for is basically the next month, right? And I'm not going to be looking for too much bullishness for sure. I'll be a little bit more cautious on my positioning, because if we get this, I didn't mention this, but I should have. If we get this scenario right over here, in that case, I'll be increasing my allocation on my altcoin positions, right? And probably even my Bitcoin position. But I'm already really well allocated over there, because I'm feeling really, really short on some altcoins that I do want to accumulate now. So if we do get the 55 EMA claimed, I'll be looking to add, right? If we, however, get the 10 SMA lost, I'll be looking to de-risk, right? I'll be de-risking positions, and I'll be looking for downside. If, however, we get this scenario where we haven't closed above the 55 EMA, but we haven't closed underneath the 10 SMA, but we did lose the monthly open, we're going to be in the bad scenario, and I'll be looking for the monthly 10 SMA to get tested the next month. And again, we have to go back to the waiting game and watch for how price reacts to the monthly 10 SMA throughout the next month of March. And March has not been historically a good month, right? COVID happened in March. So again, I might be biased though. We might be just... we got to test that, right? Has March generally... I know March has been an exciting month usually, but I don't know whether it's always been bad. That being said, we have to watch for the 10 SMA to be claimed by the bear. If it's been claimed by if it gets claimed by the bear, by the bears, I'm going to be looking for further downside again, right? So yeah, that's essentially how I'll be viewing that. Hopefully, we'll get a close about the monthly 55, and our life will be easy. Wolfie says, if we defend the open but do not claim the 55, I suppose we should expect some lower time frame ranging and then power through the 55. So that's precisely how you look at it, Wolfie, because that would be the flip of what we just discussed, right? Where we defended the monthly open, but we didn't get So if we don't defend the monthly open and we close red, we'll be in this scenario. We'll be here in between, right? You can look at this as a spectrum, right? These three scenarios are a spectrum. It's not as simple as good, bad, and the ugly, of course. We are simplifying it that way so we can better position ourselves, or rather better understand the various scenarios. But it's not going to be that straightforward, right? We can say that, hey, if we close red, we want to be like, through a mindset, we want to be positioning for a potential ugly scenario, right? If, however, we close green, but not above the 55 EMA, our mindset should be here, where we won't be positioning for a potential break of the 55. Get it? We start looking for the 55 to break if we close green. Because when it boils down to it, guys, this is still a indecision candle, right? Right over here, we have a doji-like candle. Call it what you will, doesn't matter. Spinning top, doji, whatever, doesn't matter. What matters is that it's an indecision candle where the bulls and the bears are trying to fight for this candle, and there's no clear victor. And because of which, the market is going to be looking for reasons or any clues whatsoever to say, hey, who won this? Who won this candle? Which is why the monthly open is going to be so important. Because if the candle is green, you know that the bulls won the candle not by much, but by just enough for the edge to lie in their favor, right? Then the next thing you look for is the high and the lows. If you get a candle like this and it's green, and then we take out the high on the next candle, of course, then you know, hey, I have confirmation on the fact that the bulls closed the candle green and now they've taken out the prior month's high. Similarly, if you get a red candle, change colors. If you get a red candle like that, right, then you start looking towards the lows. And then if the next month takes out the low of the previous candle, of that indecision candle, well, the decision has now been made by the market. Does that make sense, guys? How do I feel about the weekly chart? I'm bullish on the weekly chart, man. But if we lose the monthly 10 SMA, we could be losing some key levels on the weekly as well. So the monthly close is coming before the weekly, right? So if we lose the monthly 10 SMA, we're likely going to lose some weekly. At the moment, I'm bullish, guys. At the moment, I'm bullish until we lose that monthly 10 SMA. And if we can close above the green 55, I'm going to remain bullish. But at the moment, my mindset is bullish because it's helping me position while everyone else is playing scared, right? I've been killing this market. I've been freaking killing this market. Yeah, I don't want to jinx myself over here. So I'm just going to shut up. Every time I've gotten too confident, the market wrecks me. Usually when I have like around 7 to 9 wins in a row, my next trade ends up being an overconfident trade, like where I just make stupid mistakes. So I'm trying to like check myself, this market, against that. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you're finding alpha in this session. Okay, so I think we can wrap up the stream over here now. Krisha says you're stupidly in the zone right now. Hey, when you're in the zone, you gotta capitalize, because you're not gonna stay there for long. How's it going, Holmes? Yeah, I would agree with that though. I'm really, I feel that, you can feel when you're in the zone. Okay, what we can do is, give me a second. We can start. Oh, you guys can't see it. Damn it. Okay, how about now? Okay, cool. There we go. Okay, you guys can see my charts. We can switch on over to charts now. And quickly, I want to show you guys that other components of our thesis does not get invalidated just because we lose the monthly 10 SMA, but it is something to be concerned about. And one of the things that we've been okay, let me rephrase that before we begin. If we lose the monthly 10 SMA, we don't switch to a macro bearish mindset, but we should keep it at the back of our minds, because we can reposition for lower price targets to better milk the macro run. Because remember, macro bull run in our minds does not mean that price is just going up and up and up and up. It's just a rising, slow and steady market before the eventual parabolic bull run, right? We differentiate between the macro run and the parabolic run. So one of the things that we were talking about on our thesis was the stochastics on the monthly 10 SMA, Mango's version of the stochastics at the very least, where we have identified that every time the stochastics have bottomed and crossed bullish over here, right, the blue crossing over the red, we have started a macro run. So we're going to go ahead and mark it out right over here. Let's switch this to a nice yellow color, mango yellow. Okay, you can see that we were around $225, and Bitcoin basically went from $220 all the way to $20,000. That's a good 7,000 to 8,000% move, right? And the next time we crossed it was 3K. This was again when we crossed it the last time, guys. We also claimed the 55 EMA. So it was right over here. Bitcoin was sitting around $4,000 to $5,000, and we had around a move to $60,000, right? So you're looking at this entire run over here. Now there's a caveat here that we'll get back to in a bit, and that pertains to our weekly chart as well. So we went from 3,000 to 60,000. That's a 20x move, right? So that's a 1,600% move. Now, next time we've done it was recently, and we were talking about this. All of this wasn't after the fact, guys. This wasn't after the fact. I was talking about this in November, and I said, hey, we're about to get the cross, and this is going to likely line up with Bitcoin having a pump, or rather starting its rising bull market stage. And what do you know? We're sitting back at 22,000. I was talking about this at 16K. Kirtan says, don't you think that these are very few data points? Dude, so I have a different view on that. That's a really good question, because this has been something that I've been maturing on myself, where this idea where you need way too many data points, or you need lots of data points to be able to find edge, goes when it's something as simple as the stochastics, right? And you have way too many data points, everyone's looking at it, and because everyone's looking at it, the edge evaporates. When you have something this simple, but it happens very few times, you should be looking at it that much more. It's hard to explain. It's an evolving view, but I'm beginning to believe in it more and more as I mature as a trader. When I used to have the complete opposite view back like a few years ago. So, and this is not and keep in mind, dude, this is not the only thing that we're looking at, right? We've been looking at multiple other things. We've been looking at so many other things, and when they all line up together, like if I was looking at only this and making all of my decisions on only this, then I'd be like, yeah, that what I'm doing is really, really, really freaking stupid and naive, right? But we've been looking at least 10 to 15 different things, man. It's why young alts can be so beautiful. Yeah, precisely. One, it's random. Two, it might be an accident. Three, it's a pattern. Well, we just got our third event, right? Let's see where it takes us. So, as soon as you get three, everyone has already pinpointed it as well, because you're not the only one looking at it, and all of that uncertainty in the trade will already be evaporated, right? Because you pay for uncertainty, dude. You pay for certainty, and you extract alpha from uncertainty. Wow, that's a quote that you guys should write down. You pay for certainty, and you extract alpha from uncertainty. When there's uncertainty in the market, that's when you're going to find the most edge to be had, or most juice to be sucked out of the market. But when the market's confident, that's usually when there's not much left, right? Of course, there's risk. There's more risk when there's uncertainty, but the risk is also far more limited than when there's certainty. Because the market prices in uncertainty. You guys need to understand that the market is freaking greedy, and as soon as there's certainty, it's going to price in the future profits into the present value. Period. Your point, confluence is necessary. Well, then I've been literally talking about things that are confluent with this over months. So this is not the only thing we've been talking about. What about Jesus? Anyways, okay. Another thing, let's let's talk about confluence, shall we? Another thing that we've been talking about was the cascading pattern, right? Along with our monthly stokes that were about to cross. We were talking about this cascading pattern all the way back in November, right? The 7th of November that we started putting in this ascending triangle. So one of our favorite patterns that we've talked about for years over here in Mango is a cascading pattern, falling channel, breakdown, and then we break towards the upside, right? The breakdown over here is where everyone gets shook out, and that's where you look for the potential of it breaking back into the channel, right? I love that pattern because everyone's out of the trade, and then we just keep going up. So this time, the pattern was one of the most beautiful I've ever seen it because we had a ascending triangle underneath our falling channel, and the ascending triangle had a measured move that pointed to the top, or rather a break of the falling channel, right? And the falling channel had its own measured move that lined up with the target that we arrived at, which is $25,000. Right? So it already played out. This cascading pattern was something we identified before the monthly stokes happened. And then we got the monthly stokes and everything played out together. Beautiful, beautiful technical analysis, along with the fact that we had our good, bad, and ugly thesis going on as well. Hey, Candace, how's it going? Good to see you in here. So we hit $25,000, but this wasn't the end of it. Along with this, we had more confluence on our Ichimoku, right? Because we were looking for our equilibrium play. We were looking for, if the Tenkin breaks, that's when we start looking for a move eventually to the top of the cloud. Furthermore, before the Tenkin broke, we are like, hey, price is far, far, far too distant from the cloud, right? We had an equilibrium play on our hands, right? And at the time, the Kijun was sitting all the way at $42,000, which is why we were targeting $42,000. We are still targeting $42,000 because we have a Fibonacci retracement play over there as well. How's that for confluence? How them apples? Let's not talk about everything else that we were talking about in regards to on-chain metrics, in regards to Dixie, in regards to the death cross on Dixie, etc., etc., etc. But hey, let's instead zone in on 2 minutes and say, hey, that's not enough data points. I'm just being difficult, man. It's just that when people skip everything else I talk about and try to be, I told you, kind of thing. Can we talk about LDO? Yeah, we can quickly talk about LDO. But any more questions on Bitcoin? We'll talk about LDO and then wrap up because dude, I'm usually pumped in the bear markets, man. That's the best time to be active in the markets. During these kind of phases, I was really excited during this phase too, if you guys remember. I was excited here too when he had a break, but then I got bull trapped here, right? I went long here, guys. I went long at the top. Do you blame me? But because we got trapped here, we learned from our mistake. And if you guys remember when Luna broke out, I was like, hey, this is exactly like what Bitcoin did, right? And I'm expecting a break back into the range. Now, I didn't expect it to go to freaking zero, but I expected it to break down. Krisha took the trade though. What does the expanding red cloud mean? Edge-to-edge potential if we do break into the cloud, bearish equilibrium that is getting aggressive, and that if we do break into the cloud, likely going to have a move to the top of the cloud. However, the market is still bearish, that the trend is still bearish, that if red essentially means that even if we get back into equilibrium, the trend is still bearish, which is what I've been saying, that as long as the cloud is red, you cannot get overly bullish for new highs or like a parabolic run. As long as the cloud is red, we have to stay disciplined and stay in our senses, right? let's go back to, yeah, this is the index. Let's go back and see, right? Remember, the cloud is displaced. You guys can see that over here, the cloud is looking all the way at price action in September. Even though we are in, well, almost March, right? So the cloud is displaced by a good 30 weeks, right? 28 bars. So when did the cloud turn green over here? It turned green only, let's go 30, only around here. It turned green in July. That's when the cloud turned green. So this entire period, if you stayed bearish, you avoided getting too like overly bullish for new highs. If you turned bullish at the right time, which was here, then we had the parabolic run, right? Similarly, if you go back to this period, when did the cloud turn green? Go back 28 bars. I missed it. Give me a second. Here, 28. Yeah, so 28 to 30 bars was somewhere around here, right? So here, cloud turned green somewhere around here. So you got the pullback and then you got the parabolic run. That was the difference between this market and this market, guys, right? This phase over here, right? Even though we had a massive pump, the cloud was red for this entire period of the pump. It only turned green over here, and that's when you got the run. During this run up, the cloud had turned green. That's why when you got the pullback, it was a buy opportunity. This time, when we do get a pullback, you still got to wait. Assuming that we do something similar, if we get a pullback, we got to wait for the cloud to turn green before getting overly bullish for the next run. All right. Okay, cool. So with that, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up the stream, but since we have Lucas over here with us, we're going to go ahead and quickly look at LDO. By the way, if you guys want to see a few coins that I'm interested in, you guys have my purple list right over here. Okay, so LDO, Lucas, dude, keep your life simple. I know you're not going to listen to me, dude. I know you're not going to listen to me. But if you want to start trading Mango, listen to me. Listen to me. Trade this on the weekly. The reason I love this chart to begin with, and you guys can ask Krisha too. I've been screaming at Krisha for a while now in a good way, saying that, hey, LDO is looking like BGB, LDO is looking like BGB, LDO is looking like BGB. I said it to you guys too in the Grove chat. By the way, for those of you who are here and not in our Discord yet, join our Discord. Been giving you guys free freaking alpha. Almost all, if not every single one of our trades has gone fabulously well. It is a bull market though, right? Mini bull market at the very least. So it's not hard to do well. But yes, people are still finding a way to do bad in this market. I don't know how. But yeah, LDO weekly. Broke out the range. As long as we're living above the range, look for further upside. If we break underneath this range over here at $2.36, we are going to be looking for further downside. You can look at the Tenkin too, to be honest. It's been holding the Tenkin. So to be safe, you know what would be a great bid? What would be a great opportunity for those of you who are not already in position? I'm already in position. If you guys get a bid at $2 and... what is that? I can't read it. I'm too far away. My mic is covering it. 11 cents, yeah, $2.11. So if you guys get around $2.10, that's going to be a really, really good bid. But if we lose that, then that's likely going to line up with Bitcoin losing its monthly 10 SMA. And in that case, you're going to maybe test for the lows too, right? $1, right? Either way, opportunity, I think. If you guys have a long-term thesis on LDO, I don't. I'm trading this based on TA alone. To give you guys an idea of what you can get from just trading TA alone, let's go look at a BGB trade, right? Look how similar the freaking chart was. At this point, it doesn't look similar, but we can go ahead and do this, right? Use a tool. And you guys can see how I was talking about it all the way back over here, right, on the Grove. This took time. This took weeks. And I'm like, guys, I marked it out like this. If you guys remember, go back and check the history. I'm like, guys, this is looking fantastic. This is looking fantastic. This is looking fantastic. Put in a freaking bull flag. Beautiful pattern. And I didn't expect it to explode the way it did. I never expect any upside targets. I just trade the TA and I manage my risk. That's how we trade at Mango, right? That's how we trade at Seed primarily. We focus everything. Our entire strategy at Seed in the MRM module is all about fixating on your exit, on your risk, on your position size. We have the indicator set up just for that and the tool sheet set up just for that, right? That's all I did. That's all I did. And then I got the upside. The upside is just a consequence of your risk management, right? The upside is just a consequence of your risk management. So let's go ahead and end this. Boom. Look at what happened. Oops. God damn it. How do I end this shit? I don't use this tool much. Stop it. Guys, help me. Oh, there you go. Okay, cool. Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, Kirsten says, by the way, do you manage your risk with... I was just literally talking about it. That's funny. Do you manage your risk with a hard stop and position accordingly, or you position based on invalidation? No. Yeah, no, that's a good question, dude. That's a very, very good question, man. Yeah, so you manage your risk based on your hard stop, and your hard stop should be way underneath your invalidation, right? I don't say way, it depends on your strategy, of course, and you got to manage according to volatility, which is what we do at Seed. What you want to do is always make sure, though, that your hard stop is not too tight to your invalidation. Okay, your hard stop is like, I have no choice but to get out of this trade, even though I want to stay in this trade. Your hard stop is supposed to be account protecting. It's not supposed to be I don't use stop losses to get out of my position. I use stop losses to protect my account, and my position size is based on my hard stop. Yep. It's less exciting. I totally see why people don't rather not do it that way. It's less exciting, but you know what, dude? It's kept me in this market while a lot of other traders, influencers, YouTubers have gotten wiped out during the entire FTX and 3AC saga. It has kept me alive and thriving in this market. In fact, I achieved my goals in November of this market. So, yeah. The Mango way, the stress-free way, ended up being the winning way, even though 2021 and 2022, we were the ones just sitting around thinking, Jesus Christ, man, everyone's making so much money and we aren't. Well, I outperformed Zuzu at the end of the day. I'm kidding. I'm not trying to say I'm a better trader, etc. I'm not trying to be arrogant over here. But, dude, all of you can literally outperform all of the superstars by just focusing on your risk management and if you guys just understand and tell yourselves that there is edge in patience and I am going to outperform everyone by 2028, you will outperform at least 99% of this market. So just be patient, guys. Just be patient. So yeah, this was the BGB trade. It looks a lot like LTO. I'm not saying LTO is going to do this, but if LTO does even half of this, that's a good 50% trade, right? Because BGB 2x for us, more than 2x. It was amazing, man. It was amazing. So yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Chess too, we're up 40%, and this one hasn't even pumped yet. I'm expecting this one to pump only after 42 to 44 cents. And this is another trade that I posted on the Grove. Okay, I'll take a few more questions. Candice, any questions from you before I wrap up? Pete says, Adam, I've taken many trading courses. Mango is the... Oh, did I miss something? Adam, I love you. What is the... Oh, Adam says, join Grove, thinking about joining Seed. Pete says, Adam, I've taken many different trading courses, and Mango is the one I always recommend. There you go, man. And Adam, if you're looking to join Seed, shoot me a PM, and shoot me or Krisha a PM. We do like to get to know our seedling members before they join Seed, of course. And yeah, we have a nice family vibe in there. So... But remember, Seed is a commitment. It is a intensive course. There's a lot of content in there. And yeah, I have some future plans for seed as well that I don't want to. I don't want to jinx because if I talk about it, I may not do it. But yeah, I have some ideas for seed. But hey, welcome to the Grove. Candace says, same here. Hey, it really warms my heart to see you guys say that because honestly, I put so much of my love and effort into building seeds. So much. Okay, the way I've said this before, right? But I've not told you guys this in a while. I build seed so that if in the future my kids watch it, right, they can look back at their dad and be like, yeah, wow, that was dad. It's something that I can pass on to my kids as well. So that's the kind of love I put into it, that even my kids can watch it and it's timeless, right? The concepts that you learn over there, they're timeless. A lot of those concepts that you guys find in Seed are from books from the 1940s, 1970s that I've read, guys. So yeah, timeless concepts. It will always be relevant. Always be relevant. Hold it dear to you. Looking to add more, though. Looking to add more. Okay. So with that, guys, do it the mango way. Do it the easy way. Do it the stress-free way. We could look at potential LDO targets. I don't like doing this because I always jinx it, but measured move on this one would be $8.57. Oof. That's what you're looking for, eh, Lucas? That's what you were looking for. You were looking for the targets. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed our good, our bad, and the ugly presentation. We can go ahead and actually wrap up with that. Oh, yeah. We can do a quick recap on that, right? This is essentially it, guys. that's pretty funny, Krisha. That's awesome, Pete. By the way, this is an orchestra that's playing it. I'm gonna send you guys the link. It's freaking amazing. That wasn't the original. That was a live orchestra. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, do the mango way, do the easy way, do the stress-free way. I had a blast with you guys today. I'm really tired. Gonna go sit back now and just wait for the monthly close. Thank you all for joining. Wilvi, Pete, Julian, Ifisilia, Candace, Kirthan. Good to see you here, man. It's been a while since I've seen you, by the way. Glad to see you back, man. Let's see, who else did we have here? Of course, Lucas. Wolfbane, how's it going? Wolfbane says, why, but totally know about what you're talking about with overconfidence sometimes creeping up. And yeah, man, yeah, exactly. All right, guys, I'll see you guys on Discord. I'll be active there.